Okay, I think we are all good. Except I might actually want to click on the game. That would be a good idea. I just clicked on OBS and it's like, huh, why is this not getting bit, sorting out? Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix and welcome to Minecraft FTB Skies. Once again, I played about a month ago now. I played Universio, and people seem to enjoy that stream, and I've been streaming FTB Skies, and it's not getting the same traffic, and I do wonder why. I didn't get on with Universio. I felt that the mod pack had an interesting idea, but the capacity for you to kind of like build stuff, interesting stuff, just wasn't there. Whereas with this, I found out something rather interesting. So last week I was quite disappointed with this reactor design that I built, and it's still the reactor design. Nothing has changed here. I've still got this bit that kind of goes up and down and all that sort of thing. And this reactor does sort of just it works when I remember to fuel it up, and it creates polonium, which is what I need for the mech suit. Speaking of which, I should just empty my polonium pellets. But I did a little bit of research into mechanism. Now, I've not actually... Well, this will be the test to see if this works. Because down there... well, sort of. Basically, what I've done is... I've done some digging around, and I found out that a lot of gases in mechanism can be turned into liquids. Which means that if this works, I may have a rather interesting way of moving... of processing ore to a certain degree, and then using create to move the slurries from one place to another, either through trains or some kind of mechanical arm type situation. I don't know, maybe like a Ferris wheel. I've no idea what's going to happen here. Pretty much every sort of idea that I came up with, I kind of thought, okay, this will be ridiculous if it works, but first I've got to actually get it working. So I need to provide power from that cogwheel to this system here. To do that, I need some of this. I need some cogwheels to turn into a gearbox. Next up, I need some more alloy. I'm doing it the quick way. To make those. Got another stick which I'll use to make sails later. So that will pull off into there. I need to move this one from here I need to I need to disassemble this bit. So I've got a new sail set up. It's not running at the speed that I will want it to run yet. I've not got enough sails on it yet. That's that one. This is going to run this line here with all the so the idea being that it will take the copper, not the terracotta, it will take the copper out of here. It will turn it into blocks and then put it into a second item vault, which will go there. Very much in the same way that I've done this one. And then from the item vault, the blocks will then be turned into slurry. And then if this works, which I think it should do, I can just go up there like that. It's going to be a bit of a sloppy setup just for now. I need some more alloy. I made some more. I remember I did make some more. Okay. If this works, then I'll be quite happy actually. But yeah, it's just a bit of a. It's a bit of a that will do setup right now. This is not the final setup by any means. Right, that is now running. Is that running the right way? Yes, it is. Do I have slurry? Yep. Is that running fast enough would be the next question. Oh no, it's considered a gas, isn't it? No, wait, no, slurries. Slurries. Gas sulfuric acid. What is this missing? Oh, is it missing? No. I do not want to be down here. Where is the? It's over here. The joys of that will do systems, right? That turns into slurry. Is that in the pipe? Where's it going? Right, okay, this is the problem that I've got with mechanism. Quite a lot of things are considered gases, not fluids. And I thought that the slurry would be considered a... Oh, that is annoying. Okay, so the slurry is considered a gas, not a... not a liquid, which is a problem because, yeah, so this stuff won't work. It will work for this, I think. This is a storage tank for liquid sulfuric acid. Can be turned into a tank. Can be turned into a liquid, so I can store it in tanks, which is useful because the sulfur is going to be down on either the second or the third floor. It might be the third floor. No, it's on the second floor because it comes from sand, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's just have a look. It comes from dust, so it's third floor. Third floor's obviously very much not finished yet. First floor is rather more finished, and it's being used for a few experiments here and there. Yeah, so my big problem at the moment with mechanism is that quite a lot of things, they just use the gas for it. And I can't move gases in a fun way. So that's out. That's not useful. So this entire setup needs to be removed. So going back to the drawing board then, the way that I would have to do this would be to move it as in the way that I kind of originally thought, which was to put it into a cauldron, let's say, type of thing where we just move an item vault basically from here over to processing, which hasn't been built yet. I've been spending quite a lot of time just on getting second floor built. So yeah, so my next, so I guess the next project would be processing eventually. Because this, so second and third floors are going to take time to build. Quite a lot of my time is spent putting together item vaults, because item vaults aren't expensive at all. It's just time consuming to make them. There's another 32 item vaults which I can go and put in. My big problem is, of course, iron. In modded Minecraft, it's very strange to think that your need for diamonds isn't that high. You know, you can, you know, for every 1,000 iron I use, I maybe use like 32 diamonds, if that. You know, diamonds in modded Minecraft aren't useful, really. You know, there are uses for them, certainly, but it's nowhere near on the same scale as yeah, it's nowhere near on the same scale as iron, which is why I need to get this setup sorted out. What I might do for the moment is that'll do setup here for now. And I'll experiment on actually moving stuff on like maybe like on these item vaults, maybe like on lead or osmium. Osmium wouldn't be the worst idea because I do need a bit of that. Lead is one of those where you just don't need it. I will need it. That's the problem. So I'm not gonna vent it or anything. But no, lead is kind of going to be used for like reactors and stuff. Geodes, I've got no idea what I'm going to do with these. They come from gravel, and they do have a use. They're used for tetra. But yeah, this might just be one that is like, maybe it goes through to here and then it's like picked up by a crane every so often and dumped in the tetra storage unit or something. I don't know. Not entirely sure what to do with the tetra stuff yet. I mean, it might actually just go down because quite a lot of stuff is going to be going across over this way. That one might go down to the tetra room, down there somewhere. But yeah, I don't just want to. Yeah, I could very well do a proper setup that goes through the various systems, and it would look messy and it just wouldn't look particularly fun. So, not doing it like that. Anyway, I should probably just give a quick tour of the factory because it has changed a little bit. So, let me load it up. See what I mean about doing things that are just a little bit more fun than just right. So that is about half full, but I can move it now. So, first step is to flick this switch. This moves the item vault from over there to over here. I then need to disable that one and enable this one, and then flick this switch to enable that, and flick that switch to drop it. This is taking cobble down to the first floor, which grinds everything up. That's right, yeah, I hadn't quite finished this before. I have now finished this. So. Interesting. Touching snow makes you cold. Wonder what mod does that one. Anyway, moving on. So this is turned into gravel, and oh, that's being shaved off on the side of there, isn't it? I need to work out a better place to put this button. I'll put it on the side for now. Yeah, the side should be fine. Anyway, so gravel is now running through the system. And it's being split, at the top it's being split into 3. So gravel is coming down this chute and it's going into this system. The gravel is then being split into 3 again, and it's running through this system, and it's getting ores out. As it passes through each of these tunnels, bits of it are getting pulled off using filters. And I've actually put a whole load of reverse filters on here as well. So iron and whatever this is meant to be, coal, doesn't actually get past this point. It can't. Each of these filters stops that from happening. And I've done that for each of these because what I was finding is that I would get some splits going on where some of it would go down that line and some of it would continue on. I didn't want that to happen, so this line has completely been fitted out with filters. I'm not happy with the way that this looks yet, but for the moment that's just how it looks. And not all of the item vaults are finished on this floor yet either. It doesn't matter a huge amount because each of these does hold quite a lot of resources. It's why I really do like using them wherever possible. So yeah, so that's this floor, and then this bit's not finished yet. And this bit really isn't finished yet. There's still quite a lot of gaps here and there. But starting from over here, so that's been made into sand, and the sand now comes through here. The sand also comes with clay and flint because that's just how it works. So we have an early sort of part here to pull the flint and the clay off each side. And then once again it goes into the sifters and through the system, filtered each way. The filters haven't been quite done yet, but for the most part it does work as expected. Apart from the fact that that doesn't have... There we go. That gets different resources. That system may not be... Oh, no. It will be fine. The reason why... Basically, this entire factory was shifted 1 block to the wrong side. It was shifted 1 block to the right, and I had to move the whole lot from the right to the left. The same is true of, it's a bit of a really annoying thing because I only realised this a few days ago. Yeah. This bit is 1 block offset from this bit. As a result, what I've got to do at some point is move this bit here, I'm not moving the factory, this bit here needs to move 1 block to the left. I'm probably going to be moving the workshop anyway down here to kind of go a little bit more in here, and probably also basically move all of it down here in some way. So in doing that, this factory is fine. This floor was offset, so I'd move everything over. And yet this one wasn't. This one's fine. And everything down here is fine. What I did also notice is that and let me just turn this on. This floor here is narrower than this one. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it as is. I'm not widening the floor to suit. But this floor is the same width. Yeah, this floor is the same width as the one above it. I've no idea how I managed to do that, but yeah, it's fine. In fact, so this one isn't quite finished yet, so there's an awful lot of just little issues here and there, like this one doesn't have all of its barrels, and yeah, this one's just this floor just isn't finished yet. But this is an important one because this is where sort of I get Certus quartz and glowstone, redstone, all of that is going to be coming out of here. And in fact, I do need to get this system moving again. So let's grab some barrels, and let's grab some more barrels. And this jetpack is an absolute pain. It's too fast. Right, okay. I wouldn't mind it being a little slower, this jetpack. Right, so let's just make this one open. Just make sure I've got item vaults on all of these. Right, this, because this isn't set up yet, this doesn't have a everything that it needs. Actually, I can set this up, so I'm going to set this up now. I won't be able to put the filters in because I need wool, and that bit's not being built yet. So, I've done this the wrong way around, haven't I? So the reason why I'm using andesite filters, so these are nice and cheap. And they'll just permit objects going in. However, I want entire stacks going out the other side, which is why I've got brass belt funnels on the other side. They're a little bit more expensive, but because it will output a stack, it makes it easier for the system to make sure that it's sorting it into the right place. Now, that is actually set up to start moving, so let's go and grab some brass funnels, and maybe even some tunnels as well. So I've got those, so I need one more of these, and I need those. Wait, no, yep, I'm looking at the wrong floor. And that goes into there like that. And I also need some chain drive. See if I've got any. No, I do not. Do I have any iron nuggets? I do. Good. I tried to keep an iron casing on me because I can shroud in bits and pieces that way. Right, so that's now running. This needs some more concrete, evidently. Hopefully, if this is all, yeah. So this is what I was having happen. Unless you got a filter, you get other things come through. It's obviously not what I want. So there will be filters going onto all of these, specifically for things like apatite. I'm not entirely sure what I do with apatite. I think it's something for yeah, thermal. So it makes the fighter grow. I can use it to make cyan dye. Appetite dust makes the fighter grow. Appetite ore, appetite, appetite. Right. The amount of use that I will have for this is quite limited. So, I mean, it will probably just be put into blocks, I guess. I'll probably just stamp it into blocks for storage for if I need it. The dangers that I've got, obviously, with keeping something like appetite around is that it'll fill up the system. So, might need some way of getting rid of it. It's starting to look a little bit more like how it should down here. This is a huge job though, getting all this stuff in. So it's gonna be a little while yet before this is actually working as I want it to. Let's just get that back. So that is now all working there. The next challenge will be, I think, to get. If I got a load more andesite casing, I could actually maybe start getting some of these more of these bits working. I should have some casing upstairs. Yes. Also, can I run the tree farm? I started shrouding this bit in as well, so this top bit is done. It just needs a bit more, some more sails and a bit of a roof going on. Up top, I've extended the wood farm because I was not getting enough wood, so now I should be able to get enough wood. The thing to go in here will be redstone links so that I can control it from here, and a redstone contact, I think it's called, down here, so that I can just do an automatic return. So once it gets to the end, it would then return of its own accord. But that bit's not been built yet. But it does get me a couple of stacks of wood, which is good. There you go. Just setting this over to be converted into planks, because I'm going to need a lot of planks. And certainly in doing this, one thing that I do want to do, when I think that these factories are pretty much done now, I think. Certainly this factory can probably be removed. I do want to replace this factory with some sort of auto crafting system, specifically for making things like item vaults, because well, item vaults are a bit of a pain to make. So right, what do I need to do? I need concrete of the grey variety, because everything is made of the grey variety. Some gravel and some sand. I have more sand than that. I probably just didn't move it, did I? Oh, goodness sake, no. Jetpack. Right. Problem is the hover isn't even like hover. I think the jetpack just needs a little bit of upgrading. Right. I'm still working out how to use pedestals as well. I wanted to make some obsidian earlier. So I've got it all set up with like the lava and all that. I don't think it's working. I'm not entirely sure what I'm meant to do. The problem is I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing with it. So I kind of set it up like this, but this is not how it's working. I think I need to pipe it in. But I need to have like more pedestals than that to get this working. Because yeah, it's a bit. It's not the problem that the mod just isn't very well documented, and that's my big problem with it. Because it's very difficult to find out what you actually need to do without going online and looking for a video, and that is. I don't much like the idea. Whenever I look for hints with games, so often I'm told to watch a video. And me personally, it's kind of weird because I do quite a lot. I have got quite a lot of tutorial videos on this channel, but I don't actually like watching quite a lot of videos because. Tutorial videos for things I like to see it in text form, but also quite a lot of videos out there, tutorial videos out there, run into very similar traps, where they will talk at length about a thing. And that's the problem. They'll talk at length about the thing. So, yeah, sure, you might be getting all the information you need in roughly, 10 minutes time when, because they'll go through the whole spiel. Sure, do your introduction, but get into the tutorial bit as quickly as you possibly can. Or just write it as text in the bottom of the video if it's a simple thing. I know I have a video that's weirdly popular, a video on how to grow netherwort in the FTB Skies because it's weird. But that video is it's seconds long. It's like I don't think I even go through to a full minute on just dump it in a dark enclosure. Maybe I'll do a pedestals tutorial video when I've actually worked out how to use the thing. It's not a simple mod, and it probably the problem is it should be, but it's not. It does all sorts of weird things. Like if you want to add upgrades to it, you can't put your upgrade in your right hand and right click on it, or shift right click. No, you have to put it into your off hand and then right click on it. That's weird. No mod that I know of has ever done it that way. I don't think it's a bad mod, I just think it's not particularly well explained for the differences that it's got. Right, I need to go along and put all these funnels on here. So it's not outputting in the wrong direction. Still unsure. Can I automate the opening of geodes? No, you can't. You get them, but yeah, but I can't actually do anything with them. Okay, that's going to be another thing to work out to actually do that. Right. Well, I got all this stuff. So let's get this going. 5, maybe. So the benefit of the tetra line, is that the tetra line doesn't have a thing on it. So that now starts this up which is not good because that's going to be all be going off into the void. That's fine. It can go off into the void for now. That's fine. But the benefit of this now is that, in theory, I can get this one running, which means that I can get this one going. Now these won't be kicked off into the void. They shouldn't be. That one could in theory be in the future, but yeah, I'll get that one sorted out at some point. And that one. I will, you know, tidy this up in the future, dropping this down and all that sort of thing. But it's fine because I don't really need to get over there. So that's now making a whole series. Basically just turning the stuff into blocks, which are just better for when you're starting to run it through with mechanism machines, because instead of it needing 3 raw things of metal, it will just need 1 block, and that will create 3 times what, you know, for each thing. It creates a little bit more. Well, it doesn't create more, but yeah, it's just a better ratio. Plus, it's smaller, so I can fit more into an item frame, into an item vault. So all of that needs to be sorted out at some point. So that's done for now. That's filtering. I need more item. I need more item vaults, but my iron is getting very low. I've got 150 left. I can get more. Yeah, so I think I'll have to get a that'll do system set up for that. I mean, I've already got part of the that'll do system set up down here. I've got the chemical injection chamber and the purification chamber, which isn't doing anything at the moment. So, yes. There we are. Half an hour. I think I need to get more concrete then. Which means I need more grey dye. Do I have any grey dye? I do. Excellent. Oh wait a minute, what am I doing? I need to go to the actual one, which is down here. This is just basically turning coal into dye. That's all this system's doing. Added because obviously making I needed to make quite a lot of concrete. Because black is just a little bit too dark, but white is obviously a bit too light. I like the light grey on these sort of more upper floors, but the dark grey just kind of looks about right for the factory floors. So. Apologies, I just made the microphone faux pas of eating a Malteser. Right. So I just absentmindedly just put the Maltese in, you know, just ate a Malteser because they were there. Right. So I need space to do a that'll do system in here. Pickaxe is almost dead. Right. So that'll do system. So the mechanism allows for being able to take resources and putting them through a series of steps in order to increase their yield. And there are several ways of doing this. There's several versions of the process, and each process gets longer and longer until you get to, I think it's 6 machines total. And that's the system that I do want to use. I don't know why things went in there, because that's the output, so it shouldn't have been going in there. Anyway, doesn't matter. I can undo that. Now this obviously uses sulfuric acid to do its thing. So we need to, oh God's sake, I need to bring this out here, each side. Now that will go along there like that. So I need the casings that I threw into here, and I will also need the iron. So let's get this working. This is I think the biggest gem really with the create mod, is that you can see it all working. The factory builds up. It gets bigger and bigger as time goes on. So this is now making slow. We now need to build a chemical washer, and this is just going to take water, which is considered a liquid, thankfully, in mechanism. It's not considered a gas. I'm a little bit annoyed with mechanism just constantly saying, oh yeah, you know that thing that you need to move, yeah, we're going to make it a gas, so you can't actually move it. Right, so just emptying the biofuel out. Almost ran out of it earlier. I've not actually done the things that I need to do to get the powers wireless yet, or properly fully working yet. I have found out though that I can turn uranium hexafluoride into a liquid. So in theory I could use create to move the uranium hexafluoride from one location to another, and then condense it again, and then turn it into fissile fuel, which will then go into the reactor, because the fissile fuel is counted as a gas, as is uranium hexafluoride, unless you do a conversion and then convert it back before you turn it into fissile fuel. Yeah, this has been my this has been my fun recently of, right, so how do I do these things that I actually want to do? You know, how can I do this in a fun and interesting way? Because to do it just with pipes is a little bit dull. Right. So this is chemical washer. This is the sort of thing that I could actually fuel with a sink. And a mechanical pipe. There might be a better way or more fun way I can do this later on, but for now we will get a sink up, and I will need the configurator, and I will also need some power. So that's now cleaning the slurry. So this will now need to go into a chemical crystallizer, which I made one of these earlier by accident. Chemical crystallizer. There, that goes into there. Doesn't have a huge amount of power yet, but that is turning that slowly. So I need 200 megabyte, 200 whatever of that. I'll just make another solar panel. This is going to take a while with solar. Like so. I can make an advanced one, and I might do that at some point, but for now it's fine. So that will make the so the slurry to the copper crystal. So now I need a chemical injection chamber. Which comes from the pure, yeah, that one. To the enrichment, the and do I have any of those? I do. Do I have some of them? Let me just toss some more iron into there and get that cooking up. So I need these. Oh god. Let's turn off hover. Keep on having to remember to turn off hover and turn it on when I actually want to build things, because hover is just, yeah. As soon as you take off, you're off. It's a bit ridiculous. Gold? Really? How am I out of gold, of all things? I was building with it earlier. Oh well. That might be a reason why I wasn't being particularly careful about cleaning it up either. I need those. Let's turn up the salt on. One more, and then you should be able to get this show on the road. Or at least this next show on the road. Right. So this is the chemical injection chamber, which and then go in here. So that will need hydrogen chloride to work, but that will make copper shards and salt as well. Then need to get the, actually, would that just work with salt? Just checking. I don't think this will work. I think it needs, okay, so I don't actually need to worry about making hydrogen chloride. I can just put salt directly into it. That's good, because I have so much salt. You know, it's sort of steam form levels of salt here. It's a little bit out of control, really. But yeah, no, I've got loads of salt, so I can. Well, that makes life a lot easier. So that will. Just go and sleep. Right, so that should now be working. So that will go into there. So that makes the copper, and then we go into copper clump. So we now need a crusher. Oh, the crusher's going to be awkward because so I need a crusher. I would need the enrichment factory and the smelting factory. The crusher is awkward because it requires lava, and as of now, I don't actually have a way of making lava. Oh god, what's it? How do I? Okay, so how do I make lava? Lava shrine. Mechanical squeezer. I can't do that because I don't have the mineral. No. How else do I make lava? Block conversion. Magma. The magma crucible. Here we go. Put things like netherrack in, and I get lava out. That's with magma blocks as well. Okay, let's make one of these then. So it's the magma crucible. Should be able to make one of these reasonably easily. Should have all the bits I need. There we go. And then, so it was netherrack. So I say netherrack because I've got loads of it. Okay. So it will make all sorts of good stuff. So I think each one of these should make a bucket's worth of lava, which will be useful because the crusher requires lava. I'll need a few of these. Right, and I also need a bucket as well. Second bucket. Oh, excellent. Yeah. Okay. Why did I go this long without building myself a magma crucible? This would be able to make me quite a lot of lava. In theory, and this is a terrible idea, but it's just kind of cool to do. I could, in theory, build a tank for lava to put the lava into the world and then use that as an infinite lava supply using magma crucibles, which could be quite fun. And this island is all about doing things in the worst possible way, so yeah, that's probably something that's going to be done at some point. Right, so we just now need the, okay, what is that? Output. Yep, right. Okay, that does go through the salt, so I will need to keep that stocked up. Right, that will then go out there. Where's my universal pipe tube thingies? Universal cable. Output for items is to the right. For out, yeah. Come on. Auto eject. Input is yeah. Not sure why that's not going into the crusher. No, because it doesn't. 2 seconds. Right, so it goes from the chemical injection chamber. So I've now got the iron shard. Oh wait, the iron shard now needs to go into the purification chamber, that's right. And then it goes into the crusher. I broke my pickaxe at some point, didn't I? And I didn't realise. Where's the osmium? Right, I've got the crusher. So this requires a purification chamber. Right, so purification chamber, then the crusher. So that will need oxygen or flint. Oh, no. I've just realised I'm out of power on the jetpack. This is going to be interesting because I don't have an easy way up. I'm just going to have to pillar up using terracotta. This is why I need to get the wireless power sorted out, because, yeah, let me just do a rather interesting, very, very careful walk over to where the power supply is. It's not the easiest of things to get to. Right. That could have been rather interesting. Did not want to fall with all this stuff on me. Kind of reminds me of the time I was playing Agrarian Skies. Actually, when I was recording Agrarian Skies, and I was doing some B stuff. I'd taken off the jetpack because I was doing some B stuff, so I was in the B suit, and I jumped off the side without thinking, and yeah, things did not go well, put it that way. I need to clean all this up. I'll do that later. Right, yeah, I've basically jumped off wearing the B suit into the abyss a bit. Right, flint. I have flint. I've quite a bit of flint, I expect. Where is it? Is the next question. Must be in here. It's in here, and currently I don't have a way. Oh, wait a minute, I do have a way of getting to it. So all I want out of here is some flint. Right. I don't need this much though. Okay, let's see what happens when I do this then. No, put flint in here. That turns into oxygen. Interesting. That is very interesting. Something worth remembering, certainly. So then that should go into the crusher. Which will then go into a smelter. And I think that's the way that... does it go into the smelter, or is it... Iron clump goes into the crusher, enrichment chamber, and then... enrichment chamber. And then it goes into the smelter. The energized smelter. And of course I can turn all this into a proper sort of... each of these I think can be turned into the sort of the proper factory type things later on. But this is just a basic, that will do for the moment. Good lord, I'm almost being productive. Right, barrel. So, auto inject, auto eject. This will need a power system, but for now, that should all work. My next sort of project will be definitely be getting some wireless power set up. That's the small project. The big project will be getting all of this moved over to its own facility over in this direction somewhere, so that I can move all the stuff over from here to there. But yes, that is good. Okay, well, I am now turning iron through a very long, complicated process, having found out that I can use flint for oxygen and salt for the hydrogen chloride without having to like convert it over into the gas. I guess the next question would be, because obviously this doesn't have particularly large. I wonder if I can use a tier system on a tier upgrade on those ones. I don't know. I know you can do it on some of them. It's the basic tier. and basic tier installer, which obviously will work on some of these later machines, but does it work on things like the chemical injection chamber? Yes, so I can turn it into a chemical injecting factory and auto sort it so it can do multiples of them at the same time. So yeah, so the salt will need to go all the way down. I'll make 5 of them because that's all going to be needed for stuff. Make a whole bunch more item vaults because item vaults. But it's good to know that I've now got a use for the flint. I don't think I can do it on these machines. I can't do it in those ones, but I can do it on each of these. And I think that is where I'm going to end for today. Got a few bits and pieces done, which is good. A few more item vaults padded out to their max size. I don't know what's in each of these, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, so a little bit more done, and there'll be continue to be a little bit more done. That'll do system setup for making iron, because I'm going to need a lot of iron. And yeah, so there'll be, so from here there'll be processing, and then there'll be sort of advanced processing, I guess, after that, and all of that will sort of spider web in with a refined storage system, just so that I can actually access all of these areas. But anyway, for now I will say farewell, and yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.